Hello everyone and welcome. I am Bahrawan Kurniawan and today I'm going to share an interesting talk that answers a simple but important question: why social health is key to happiness and longevity, and what makes a good life. For the first material we're gonna talk is why social health is key to happiness and longevity. This material is based on TED Talk, channel on YouTube that was brought by Kesley William. For the point of summary, this material include 1. Health has three dimensions: physical, mental, and social. The traditional view that focuses only on physical and mental health is incomplete. Social health, or the state of our relationship and connection with others, is equally essential. And the second one is social health is about relationship and belonging. It includes having close relationships like family, friends, partner, and then regular interactions like coworkers and neighbor, and a sense of belonging to a community with right quantity and quality of connection for each person. There is a global crisis of loneliness and disconnection. So for the third one, many people go weeks without talking to friends or family. Around 1 in 4 people feel lonely, and about 20% of adults feel they have no one they can reach out for support, making this a serious public health issue. And the fourth one is poor social health harms body and mind. Disconnection triggers stress, weakens the immune system, and increases the risk of stroke, heart disease, diabetes, dementia, depression, and early death, showing that social health is crucial for longevity. And for the last one is the 531 guideline offers a practical way to build social health. Interact with 5 different people each week. Strengthen at least 3 close relationships. Spend 1 hour a day in meaningful connection. This guideline encourages people to be a proactive and intentional in nurturing their relationships and building a more connected society. So, after all of that material, my response and what can I learn for the material was: 1. Social health as a third pillar of health. I learned that health is not only physical and mental, but also social. The idea that social health is our relationship and sense of connection is just as important as exercise or therapy was very interesting and expanded my understanding of what it means to be healthy. And two, that I found learned is loneliness as a public health issue. I also found it striking that loneliness and disconnection and increase the risk of serious illnesses like heart disease, dementia, and early death. I usually think of loneliness as an emotion, but this talk showed me that it is also a public health problem with real physical consequences. And the point of I agree with is relationships must be a priority, not a bonus. I agree with the speaker that we cannot truly thrive if we only take care of our bodies and minds, but if we only take care of our bodies and minds, we ignore our relationship. Many people are busy and focused on productivity, but forget to invest in family, friends, and community. Even though these connections strongly affect our happiness and well-being. And the point of I agree with is the 531 guideline. It is practical and realistic. I agree that 531 guideline, like 5 people a week, 3 close relationships, and 1 hour a day connecting, is a practical tool. It gives a clear structure for improving social health. It shows that building relationship is something we can plan and practice, not just learn, not just leave to chance. And for the last one is connection to personal. This talk relates to real life today, where many people spend hours on their phones, yet they still feel very lonely. It connects to mental health discussion in schools and universities, where students often struggle with stress and isolation. It also reflects for the current events, especially after the pandemic, when social distancing and online learning made many people realize how important face-to-face connection and community really are. Okay, For the, I think that's all for the first material, and now we can go into the next talk. So for the next talk, for the material is what makes a good life. This material is based on TED Talk channel on YouTube that was brought by Robert Waldinger. For the point of the summary from this material include 1. Good relationships are the strongest predictor of long-term health and happiness. The Harvard study showed that people who had close and supportive relationships stayed healthier and happier through their whole lives. This result was true for all types of people regardless of how much money they made, what jobs they had, or where they come from. Individuals who felt loved and connected report less stress, more satisfaction, and stronger sense of meaning in life. And for the second one is loneliness is harmful to physical and mental health. The study revealed that people who didn't have meaningful connection experience higher stress, which affected their bodies over time. Long-term loneliness increased the risk of physical health problems like heart disease, high blood pressure, and faster physical decline. It also made people more likely to experience anxiety, depression, and emotional instability. For the third one is the quality of relationships matter more than quantity. Having many friends or being in a relationship doesn't automatically make someone happy. What matters is whether those relationships are caring, supportive, and emotionally safe. People in warm, trusting relationships had, peop- had better health, while those in relationships full of conflict or emotional distance had worse outcomes, even if they weren't alone. For the fourth one is close relationships protect brain health. As participants grew older, those who felt they could rely on someone emotionally tended to have better memory and slower cognitive decline. Feeling safe and supported help protect the brain, even when people face physical challenges in old age. Meanwhile, those in unstable or tense relationships showed faster memory loss and greater difficulty functioning mentally. And for the fifth one is healthy relationships require lifelong effort. The study found that happy and healthy people didn't just get lucky. They work hard to maintain close connections. They spent time with loved ones, communicated openly, handled conflicts, and supported each other. People who continue to invest in their relationship as they got older experience better physical health, more happiness, and stronger emotional support. And for the response and lesson that I can get is first, importance of relationship for health. I learned that strong relationships are not just emotionally beneficial, but also help people live longer and stay physically healthier. I agree with this idea because emotional support can reduce stress, which is known to affect physical well-being. And the second one is loneliness as a public health issue. I found it surprising that loneliness can increase risk of early death and cognitive decline. I agree that loneliness is dangerous because I have seen how isolation can affect people's mood and health, especially during the pandemic. This connects to current events where mental health problems have become more visible due to social distancing and remote lifestyle. For the third one is quality matters more than quantity. The talk taught me that the quality of relationships matters more than how many friends someone has. I strongly agree because it reflects personal experience. Having a few supportive connection feels more meaningful than having many subversive ones. And the fourth one is misguided priorities of wealth and fame. I learned that many young people believe getting rich or famous is the key to happiness, but the study proves otherwise. I agree that society often pushes people to chase material rather than success, which can distract them from building meaningful relationships. And the last one is practical advice for daily life. The talk suggests simple actions like replacing screen time with people time or repairing damaged relationships. I agree with this advice, but I also think it can be challenging because people are busy and often rely on digital communication. Personally, I can relate because balancing work or school with social life is difficult. Yet I nowadays I feel better when I invest time in people. And I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you guys for listening and goodbye.